the station that's on your side. This is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
A book release party tonight at a rage room, and there's a serious reason behind it. A woman shares her story on being a survivor of domestic violence. And later, massive
in the full forecast.
Anthony, thanks. A book release in an unusual location tonight to help others dealing with domestic abuse. Cindy Hood was at tonight's event at a local rage room where Felina Martin shared her story of survival.
Within the last year, we've reported on at least 4 cases where a husband killed his wife. More than 2,000 domestic violence cases are prosecuted yearly, according to the city. And when we hear domestic violence, our minds turn to physical assault. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. It's the emotional abuse that comes just before physical. And it just may be a long time before that happens, but it's a risk factor that doesn't get talked about often enough.
It ended up with me realizing that if I did not get out of that marriage, I was going to kill him.
I was a survivor when I made the decision that it was a situation I was no longer going to accept for my life.
And here, life is not taken for granted.
I actually ended up taking a step back and being grateful for my life right now. That's what got me through from chapter to chapter.
It's no fairy tale.
It feels like hell, but there is the other side of it. You do not have to stay in that hell.
A situation far too many find themselves in.
Even if it hasn't happened to you, it's very likely it's happened to someone that you know, and you may have never even been aware of it.
Last year alone, 2,000 clients reached out for help.
But at least in our shelter and our hotline calls, we are seeing an uptick. So I definitely anticipate that we're going to see more than the number of clients that we saw last year.
More clients means more people reaching out for help.
It takes about 7 times for a person to leave and return to the abusive partner before being able to leave for good.
Leaving is the scariest part. Just ask anyone here.
It took 10 years of building courage to expose my story.
Each story is different, but the celebrations here are the same.
We're celebrating the success. We're celebrating dreams. And then we're also doing it in a healthy way by breaking some shiggity.
Safe Homes has a 24-hour crisis hotline, a 30-day shelter, and also there is a national domestic violence hotline. We'll have all of those resources linked on our website.
Cindy, thanks for the update there. A former Glen Hills elementary teacher. Montana is about to become the first state to completely ban TikTok. A bill to ban the social media app is heading to the governor's desk. With a House vote of 54 to 43, the state becomes the first in the nation to pass a bill banning the app from operating in the state. A spokesperson from TikTok says they'll continue working for users and creators in Montana whose livelihoods and First Amendment rights are threatened. A million eyes will be on Harbortown this weekend, and while most will focus on those golfers, one business is focusing on its own service. We'll take you there after the break. Morning.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Lexus Acura Infinity.
This weekend, the PGA Spotlight turns to Harbortown in a plaid jacket. The RBC Heritage brings in more than $100 million a year to the coast, a benefit that extends to businesses all over Hilton Head Island, including one very popular spot.
The first hole at Harbortown will have millions of eyes on it over the weekend. And while most people will be focused on the golfers, the staff inside the hotel right along its fairway will be focused on their service. The Inn and Club at Harbortown sees steady business year-round. But as the general manager walks through it this week, she knows accommodations like this
king bedroom with a golf view
are about as sought after as a perfect tee shot.
Our phone for months before is ringing with questions about the Heritage. Can we stay? Why can't we stay? Do you ever have rooms that open up last minute?
The answer, no. These curtains only open for the tournament's lead sponsor, RBC, who books the hotel along with its balcony views for the entire week. The Inn's general manager says exposure from the Heritage, though, does wonders for business the rest of the year.
Because we're on the map from the tournament, people are always wanting to stay. It's kind of a bucket list item to play Harbortown and stay at the Inn.
That's a main reason this week is so different, changing how the Inn staff prepares for its guests.
None of our guests can golf because all the pros are out there. So it's prepping the hotel more specifically than the activities happening outside the hotel this week.
She says preparations last for weeks leading up, and after the tournament finishes, summer tourist season is officially underway, meaning these doors will continue to be open a lot more than they're closed. Reporting from Harbortown, Tyler Mannion, WTOC News.
From golf to football now, and the NFL is trying to raise the